morning, everyone. Lisa here from Spirit Connections. I got myself a new computer, a new laptop. I am kind of spoiled, actually. My boyfriend bought it for me for Christmas a little bit early with some great sales that were on last week with Black Friday. As much as I don't really care for the consumerism of it all, it's actually quite nice to be able to take advantage occasionally when you need things. So I've been pretty lucky today and this week with my wonderful computer. Today's Tarot Tuesday video for November 29th. There's a new moon tonight. I've been told it's something called a fire new moon. However, I have not found anything anywhere that suggests that this is what this is called. I just know that it's another powerful one. So if you have anything that you need to let go of, anything that you need to deal with, it's kind of funny because, as I was saying, anything that you need to deal with, the inverse King of Cups came up. It'll take me a minute to learn how to use this new webcam too. There's some things in my life I need to deal with, and an inverse King of Cups is one of them. We'll just leave it at that. All right, so I'm just going to ask my guides to come in here and just talk about what whoever's going to see this video is going to need to know for the next week or so, which I hope it's more than the three views it got last week. Okay. It looks like a lot of us have an inverse King of Cups because he just keeps coming up. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting read today. No. A few more of them yelled at me from the pile over here. Okay, so they want me to start with this guy here. We have the inverse Hangman. Yeah, right now he looks like he's standing up, but on the card he's upside down. And the Hangman is about sacrifice. And if we're making sacrifices, we need to stop. And what I mean by sacrifices is by putting the expectations of society ahead of our own needs. That means if you don't feel like going through the motions of what's expected in life, graduating high school, going to college or university, getting married, having 2.2 kids and a dog, the white picket fence. If you're not feeling any of that, don't do it. I know that sounds like a really harsh message, but so often we fall into the trap. So often. I did it myself for 16 years. I went to school, I got married, I had 2 kids, and I woke up one day in my early 30s depressed and alcoholic, and I had no idea how to change my life. I'm eternally grateful, even though I'm not friends with this person anymore, I'm eternally grateful to the tarot reader who turned me on to the Spiritualist Church, who in turn put me on this path of being a medium and helping people kind of get through their own emotional crises, because it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. The next card that we're pulling up here is the inverse devil. Oh, here we go. We got to figure out how far away and where to put these guys so you can see them. The inverse devil is about breaking away. I jokingly call this my restaurant card. Years ago, I had a restaurant. It's been 3 years, nearly 3 years since I closed it. But about 6 years ago, time is going by so fast. 6 or 7 maybe even now. I wanted out. I wanted out of it so badly. I put it up for sale. I tried so many different things. In the end, what I ended up doing was allowing my ex-husband to run it, which in turn was not a very smart thing to do, but it is what it is. End of story. I wanted out. I got a job. But prior to that, the inverse devil came up over and over and over and over and over again. And sure enough, he was right. So that was my lesson in learning to really listen to when I use my cards to really listen. The next card I'm pulled up here is the inverse King of Cups. Now, what I'm seeing is, now for me, this card generally represents my ex-husband. The King, I usually get either the King or the Knight of Cups, depending how immature he's being. And what this represents is someone in your life. And I really am, what I'm getting is the sense that we all have someone in our life that is toxic, that is self-serving, that is very much focused only on their own emotions. And what we need to do is simply remove this person from our lives. It's taken me a very long time, but we're getting there. The next card I pulled up here is the inverse world. And the world is about the appearance of having it all. And I really do feel in this case it is the appearance of having it all. And that we're still living in this mentality of lack. Anyone who follows any spiritual teachings of any kind is well aware of the law of attraction, is aware of manifestation, is aware of, what it takes to bring those things to us. And what I'm feeling with this card today is, in order for change to be happening, especially those of us who are light workers, who are open to energy, who are sensitive to the changes that are going on, that we really need to focus on the positive. We really need to focus on what we have rather than what we don't have. For example, if you woke up this morning in a nice, warm, soft bed with a roof over your head and food in your fridge and a car to drive and gas in that car and the ability to go through the drive-thru and get your morning coffee, you have no idea how blessed you are. Think about that poor man, that poor war vet who gave his life. Because really, what kind of life do you have when you come back here and your country ignores what you did for them? The fact that you gave up everything you knew, everything you had to go and fight for them. And then you come home and they just ignore you. They forget about you. They act like you don't exist. I know that's an odd message to come out, but the spirit who's with me, I feel, was ignored. He served his country and he was ignored. And so he's conveying to me that feeling. And, so for those of us who wake up every day and can just get up and go to work and do whatever it is that we need to do, and that we have at least this modicum of freedom to, look at what I get to do every week for you here. Give you a nice, a message to maybe help your life. Maybe my words will help you, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll help someone else. But the fact that I get to do this is a huge blessing. And we just have to keep focusing on the blessings that we have, the good things that we have. It's the only way we're going to be able to raise the vibration of this planet, the vibration of what's going on around us, so that we don't end up with all the dire predictions that have been happening for centuries. The next card that I have, actually the next 3 cards that I have, what I'm hearing with them is this is the potential positive outcome if we truly believe and we truly start to listen to our heart instead of our head. I mean, I understand our emotions are in our head, our heart, and our gut. This is where they are. I actually just learned all about this in an essential oil class this week. Our emotions are in each of our, in our head, in our heart, and in our gut. So hence why our third eye and our crown are so emotional, and why our throat chakra helps us be so emotional, because that's the head part. And then your heart chakra, clearly, that's your heart. That should be self-explanatory. And your gut, you've all heard gut feeling. When we start living from that heart space, that's when things are really going to change, and when people are going to be able to really help make change. I often get asked why I don't get involved in causes more. And it's because that's not my voice in this life. My voice is to teach people how to love. My voice is to spread a message of love. My voice is not to fight this time. I've done enough of that in past lives. So the potential positive outcome that we have coming, the Wheel of Fortune, clearly in the upright position. Anybody who knows anything about cards knows the Wheel of Fortune means things are going to get better. Things are going to start going in your favor. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, no, it's not. No, it's not. Thought is energy. Every time you think a thought, every time you manifest that. So if you sit there and say, my life sucks, my life is not good, my life is terrible, your life is going to be bad, because that's what you believe, and that is what you manifest. But if you sit back and you look at all the wonderful things that you have, and you're grateful for everything that you have, and you say, I want a new car. And you visualize that new car sitting in your driveway or your parking lot, wherever you live. And you know exactly what type of car you want and what you want in that car. It doesn't matter how you get it. All that matters is that you get it. And you have to be open to receiving that, because you're worth every moment. You are worth everything that you desire. You are worth being happy. So please, 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 know your worth. The next card is the King of Coins. And with this one that I'm seeing is there's going to be someone who's going to come out of the woodwork, and he's going to challenge everything that we know about life. He's going to challenge everything we believe. But with him, he's going to bring some good news. Page of Pentacles. And now here's the thing. I can't give you a timeline on this. I can't give you anything else than that. But what I do know is that there are many, many souls, many angels, many other dimensional beings who are working tirelessly to help us, to free us. And our responsibility is to love, to live our lives from a heart-centered space, and to truly live. Thank you everyone for watching. I really truly appreciate every moment and every person who listens, who watches. If you could feel how I feel right now after that reading, my heart chakra is enormous right now. And the love that I can feel from the spirits who stepped in. You can do it too. You can feel this too. All you have to do is be open to it. I know people say, oh, I'm fearful that bad things are going to come in. You know what? There are bad things out there, but you are in control. You set the boundaries. You set the protections. You say who can and can't come in. And there are ways to help remove people who cannot. On that note, I am booking readings. I am working on opening an Etsy store. Hopefully they actually reopen my Etsy store. Long story. Um, please keep an eye out for that. I will start adding that link in the video descriptions in the future once I get that reopened. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Once again, like I said, I do appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch. And please feel free to contact me. I will put my email in the video description below for a reading, for a life coach or spiritual coaching session. Sorry, I call them life coaching sessions because people tend to understand that more. However, it really is about your spiritual life, the coaching sessions. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye and have a great week.